Got no methods for you today. I got one more on Monday, but not today. I have no idea why there's white blank space here, but there is. I guess we deleted some stuff out we didn't need. All right, so for number one, here we go. Factor completely. I'm trying to figure out a way to just keep reminding you without asking you. What do you have to do first? GCF. Every time GCF. And there is one here. First of all the numbers out in front are even, and they all have X's with them. Am I saying you're going to take out a 2? No. It might be something bigger, but at least you know there's a GCF if all of them are even, and all of them have X's in it. So let's go. Take a second. What's my GCF I'm going to pull out? All right, Vinny, what do you want to pull out here?
4x.
Yes, 4x. And when you pull a 4x out, you get 2x squared minus, oh boy, get the calcs out, huh? 13x minus 7. And this is where we went to yesterday now. Okay, this is where we went to yesterday. How can I factor 2x squared minus 13x minus 7? There shouldn't be too much guessing and checking here, because you got 2 on the outside and 7 as the last value. So there shouldn't be too much guessing and checking. What's got to go in the first 2 spots in each of the parentheses? Got to be what? 2x and x. There's no choice, right, guys? That's the only choice, to multiply to 2x squared. So make sure you keep those there. They're going to stay there. They're permanent. And then the last 2 have to multiply to what? These last 2 spots have to multiply to 7. What are my only choices? 7, right? 7 and 1. Sometimes it's not that bad. But I just got to make sure, if I put a 7 here and a 1 here, is that going to give me the 13 in the middle I need? All right. Some of you guys can do this in your head. That's awesome. Here you go. I get 2x on the outside, 7x in the middle. Anybody getting a 13 from those 2? Me neither. I'm not getting 13 from those, so let's switch them, which most of you probably knew to begin with. So we'll put the 1 here, the 7 here, and then now look what I get on the outside. 14 and 1 in the middle. I can get a 13 from that. What's got to be the sign on the 14? If I want a negative 13x, what's got to be the sign on the 14? Negative. How am I going to get a negative 14x? Minus the 7, correct. Minus 7. That's a 7 too, by the way. And then I need a plus x to make negative 13, so plus 1. There you go. 2x plus 1, x minus 7, and make sure you bring that GCF down. All good? So all I did was combine the GCF method with yesterday's method of guess and check. Are we all right? How about you guys at home? No minds blown yet? You're good? All right, here you go. 2 variables. Look at the numbers. Worry about the numbers. Look, you got a 3 first, so I need numbers that multiply to 3, and then you got a 7 here at the end. So numbers that multiply to 7. And then I'll pop in the x's and the y's. All right, can we worry about the numbers first? Here we go. Got to be what in the first 2 spots? 3x. Right, 3 and 1 to give me 3. And you know it's going to be x squared, so we might as well just put 3x and x. You got to get a 7 on the edges. 7 on the outside. Only opportunities are 7 and 1. Now, where do you put the 7 and 1? I don't know, but you got to get a 4 in the middle, positive 4. So plop the 7 and 1 down somewhere. And then let's do outers and inners and make sure we get a 4. I'm going to start, let's see, if I put a 7 there and a 1 there. Yep, there you go. 7 and 1. I'm going to get a 3x on the outside, a 1x on the inside, and I can definitely get 4 from that by adding both of them. And it makes it easy now if they're both, hold on. 3, 7, I need a 4. What am I? 4. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm just being an embarrassment right now. That's all I'm doing. All I'm doing. Not helping any of you out at all. All right, so here's 3x, and this is 7x, not x, 7x. I can get a 4 from that if the 7 is positive. How do I get the 7 to be positive? 7x if the 7 is positive. And what's the 3x have to be then? Negative. So the 1's got to be negative. And what's the only thing I'm missing? My variable y. Okay? And then if I want 7y squared, the 7 and the 1 have to have a y with it. So let me clean this up for you. 3x plus 7y in the first parenthesis, x minus y in the second one. You guys are doing some big time factoring, huh? All right, we're letting go now. I'm letting you go off on your own, out into the wild for the next one. You got it. Come on, you got it. Don't be nervous about the A's and the B's. Worry about the 8, the 14, and the 15. Find numbers that give you 8, 15 on the edges, 14 in the middle. Come on, you got this. This is going to be a little, right? This is a little difficult now because 8, you could have 1 and 8, 4 and 2. And then for 15, you could have 1 and 15, 3 and 5. So you got to try some combinations out. Go ahead, work through it. What am I going to do next year when I don't have all you guys come through my door every other day? It's going to be devastating. Have to break in a new crop of students.
I'm sure you'll get through it.
If we see each other in the hallway, please do not acknowledge me. Please. Our relationship ends when we walk out of this classroom.
My sister said you told her class that after you walk out that door for the last time, you're dead to it.
Correct. Next year in the hall, hey, Mr. Cuddle, be like, never seen you before. And honestly, that might be true. I might not recognize you without the mask. No idea who you are. Hey there, how's the year? I don't know. You get out of my classroom. All right, let's see how we did. Number 3, I'm getting 2a minus 5b and 4a plus 3b. Anybody want to go over any versions that you thought was correct? And we can explain where you went wrong a little bit. We're all good with this. 8a squared. What's up?
I had 4a minus 3b
Yep.
times 2a plus 5.
Okay, here you go. Here's the problem. You will get a 14, Sophia, but it will be positive 14.
Oh, right.
See that? Okay, you do get a 14, but it's going to be positive, so switch your signs. Yep, somebody first period, same thing.
So the signs do matter in that case.
Oh, you're darn right they matter. Any questions? All right, what about 4? And by the way, we're not doing 5 and 6. I don't know if some of you are seeing those creep up and be like, oh my goodness. Don't worry, I'm not going to go. I decided not to go that hardcore with all the different exponents. What's that? It's doable. All right, but I don't even want to get into it. All right, you guys are working on enough already. But with number 4, where can I start with number 4? Hopefully you guys aren't thinking about numbers that multiply to 24 and numbers that multiply to 22, because you're off on the wrong foot already. What's up, Omni?
You can take out a 3.
I can take out the old GCF. Yep, let's see, 24, 32, and 22. We can take out a 2 and a little more, huh, guys? What else? G and an H. Ooh, 2GH. So I get 12G squared minus 16GH minus 11H squared. That looks pretty familiar. I can factor that. Only thing, as you guys now go attack this, and I do this a couple times too, is make sure you're making the terms add to negative 16, not negative 32, the original. I don't know, my head always goes to the original and say, oh, I got to make them add to 32. No, you make them add a negative 16. All right, make them add your outers and inners to negative 16. So go ahead, let's see what you got there. 12's a tough one because it's got a lot of options, but 11 should not be tough at all. You should put 11 and 1, boom, in those. Here, hey, 11 and 1H. There it is. Or just H. Done. Now play around with the 12. We doing all right? Yes, no, maybe? All right, just so you guys can get moving. I got 6G with the 11H minus 11H, and I got 2G with the 1H plus. That should give you a negative 16 in the middle when you do your outers in, because you get negative 22 in the middle and positive 6 on the outside gives you negative 16. That was a solid one. What's up, Ami?
Could you just write like H, or like do you have to keep it 1?
No, you can write H. Yeah, that's fine. Any other questions? Okay, we're not doing 5 and 6. And if you flip the page, there's all different types of factoring. Guys, this is GCF, difference of 2 perfect squares, grouping, guess and check. It's got everything. The only thing I don't want you to do, because we're not going to do different exponents, is number 19. Okay, so you can cross off number 19, factoring that beast. You can wait till next year for that. But everything else is fair game, and be ready to factor twice on many of them. All right, make sure it's completely. You might have to factor it twice. All right, call me. You guys at home are going to stay on this time. All right, you're staying on to the bell. All right, you got 16 minutes to work. Please unmute your mic and say, hey, how are you doing this problem? I am stuck. Be ready to factor twice on a couple of them.
Is the answer key
It is on Classroom already, yes. Yep. Answer key on Classroom. Then we got some major factoring to do Monday.